This is the latest pouch from Maxpedition. This is the Double Decker. This one's different from all the other ones in that it has an additional compartment back here compared to what you normally see from Maxpedition. What's going on, everybody? This is Lamar with MF and Research, and today we are looking at the Double Decker by Maxpedition. This is the smaller of the two sizes. I didn't pay attention when I was talking to the folks. They did send this one out to me. In my head, I was thinking I was getting the larger version, but that's a mess up on my part. I have the smaller one. I was going to use the larger one as a tech pouch, but that one didn't come. I've got the smaller guy, and that's cool because I have a different plan for that. So we're going to take a look at it and see if it's the right size for you as a micro toolkit, and we'll talk about what I'm going to do with it here in a minute. So now let's just go through some of the specs and let's go through some of the organization and all that good stuff. So it's 4 by 6 by 2.5. It's 1000D nylon. It comes in black, it comes in wolf gray, and it comes in the khaki right here. And we're just going to go over this guy real quick. So you got a little loop feel right here for your morale patches and things like that. You've got a little pouch right there that's velcroed as well. It's not stretchy, but none of the other ones are either. You've got paracord zipper pulls throughout. So you might want to change the colors on those because there's 2 zippers going around, and we'll go inside in a minute. You've got a little loop here for hanging, and it's a pretty good size loop, and it's nice and stitched on there. You've got your MOLLE webbing right here. So we'll go in the section that's just like all the other ones. So if you go in here, this is normal Maxpedition fare right here. You've got your elastic loops. This one's a little bit different in that you have 2 here with the 4 smaller ones, and then you've got 1 large one here with the 3 smaller ones here. You've got 2 slip pockets here, slip pocket here, a little loop that you can add stuff to here, and then you've got a little key leash or whatever you want to put right there as well. Again, YKK zippers and space on the inside. And so now let's go into what makes these guys different, and that is this compartment right here. And there's not really a lot to it, it's just extra space. So you notice this has some volume when compared to this pouch. It's probably about as thick as both sides together. So you've got a little depth right here that you can put stuff in. So there's no organization right here, it's just an open compartment right here. And then you've got that same mesh on the front that's about the same height as the other slip pockets. Not sure why that is, but you've got a pocket right here as well that you can hold stuff in when you're in this side. Oh, one more thing I do want to show you real quick is compared to the only small one I have is the Pico by Maxpedition. I've got that right here. It fits in there nice and easy. So depending on what you want to do, if you want to nest some pouches within pouches, you've got plenty of room to do that, and you can put more if you've got the Pico. I think the next size up from the Pico, which I don't remember what it is, the mini, the micro, I get them confused. I think it fits in here too. Don't quote me on that, but I think the next size up from this one does fit. If you got it, let me know. I'm sure there's videos of folks out there that have them, so take a look at those as well. So what I want to do is out here in this recording setup in my garage, it's on a little cart, and what I want to do, we did a video on the Husky mini toolbox, and it's sitting right here. It hasn't changed too much over time, but I do like it. I do like using it. But what I want to do is get it off of here and move it somewhere else within the house, maybe one of my other desks or something like that, because that would give me additional recording real estate over here. If I want to do something a little bit bigger than this, if I want to get some B-roll and things like that, I can have the full space and not have that taking up space and not being in the shot when I don't want it to be. And with this, because of the loop and the cart is metal, I'll show you that once we get it all figured out, that I can just hang this guy on the side of the cart. It's not going to take up any space whatsoever. So I wanted to use it as a mini tech kit, but this one is a little small for my Thunderbolt 5 NVMe SSD, so I didn't really do that. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go through loading everything out from the tool chest. I'm going to pull it right off of here and put it right in here as we're doing that. So I'm going to speed that up, load everything in here, and then we'll talk about what worked and what didn't. All right, so now before we talk about this, there are a few things that didn't fit, and there's a few changes I think I want to make with some different things in here. So I'm going to go through it some of the changes I want to make based on this not fitting. So the first thing, this was way too big to go in here. I knew that wasn't going to happen. So we're going to move that out the way. And then we're going to go back here. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. I was shocked that this actually fit in here. So that's surprising. I may think about that. I do have this, but I think this is better served since it's already magnetic. I can just put that on the cart. I don't really have to worry about that taking up any space in here just like that. So all this is going to come out, and we're going to just go through a couple other things. So I'm going to take this out as well because we're not going to use a fountain pen in here. We're just going to use a regular pen, and we're going to switch this guy out as well. We're going to switch this guy. We're going to switch this guy. So getting rid of some stuff, consolidating some stuff, and we're going to switch some things out. So the additions are going to be this, maybe this, and this. So let's go and let's make those changes and let's talk through that while we're doing it. So I got one of these guys. I wanted to try them out since I talked about them so bad in another video. They fit right in there, no problem. I'm gonna fit this guy in here somewhere, just like that. That's gonna go in there like that. And then we've got the Next Tool flagship. I got that in there, so that's gonna go. This little guy is gonna go. This is the Mr. Green nail clipper, so that's gonna replace this guy and have a smaller footprint. And so this, like I said, this isn't going in, this isn't going in, but it can if I want it to. And then this right here can just go right back here. Everything there is going to stay the same. That's not going to stay like that. I don't want that there because I forgot the utility knife and I don't think I have it on me. I'm actually switching it out. We're going to put it there for the time being. I did do a video on the Kaiser utility knife. I'm going to replace this one with that one. And later on, I'll show you what that looks like with this in here once it's all finished and complete. And so now we're just gonna go on this side up. That doesn't close quite like I wanted, so let's take this out and then let's put that in here because we're not gonna use these as much. So this can go in here, these guys can go in here, this can go in here, and I might not leave that in there permanently as well because it's magnetized as well. Like I said, the whole cart is magnetic, so we don't have to worry about it. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Did we get the pin? Did we get the pin? I have, oh, it's right here in my face, y'all. So zebra pin. So I'm just gonna stick that guy right in here, maybe. And yeah, there we go. Got the zebra pin. We'll clean this up, but to play with the organization, but everything fits in here pretty much like I want it. It zips up fine. Once I reorganize it a little bit, this is just the first draft. It'll go in here pretty good. So this is what we got. And it's gonna just hang on the side of the cart. So I'll show you what that final form looks like in a little bit, and we'll just move this stuff off because we don't need that anymore. So we're just putting that on the magnets on the side. So this is pretty much the setup and the little Tactile Geek pouch with the Bowyer mini mic in the inside. Didn't talk about that. So instead of putting a patch right here, we're just gonna throw this right there. It fits perfect. And one of the cool things is I can just grab this out without having to take this off. So that's pretty cool. So looking at them and comparing them to some of the pouches that I got, this one's gonna be smaller than the Beefy, bigger than the Pico, and it's a nice size. It's not really pocketable unless you're gonna put this in some cargo pockets. This is one that's gonna put in your backpack, your large sling or something like that. So that's where this one fits, whereas this one can go in your pocket. The Beefy is definitely not going in your pocket. All right, so now let's talk about some of the things that I like about this guy. So first of all, I like the size. It's a good size if you want to put it in the sling. You're not going to put this in your pocket, but it's sling, backpack ready, and it gives you a lot of space to do a lot if you want to have a more functional toolkit than something like this, but it being not as big as, say, the Beefy or something like that. I do like the paracord zipper pulls. It's nice and silent, and you won't have to worry about that making noise. But I do think either you're going to have to store them like this so they're offset, or change the color so I'm not pulling the wrong one open when I don't want to. But I do like that the paracord is there and it's nice and easy to grab. So I do like on the main part the offset loops. So I do like that there's 4 here, there's 3 here. Makes closing it when you get it right a little more offset. So I do like that. I do like the price. Maxpedition does give you some solid material choices, good build quality, YKK zippers, strong nylons, paracord, all that good stuff for a very good price. It's going on sale all the time. There's buy one, get one free. all the time. So check that out. I don't remember if I said it, but I'll say it again. They did send this out for me for my thoughts, but as usual, I'm going to tell you everything I think about it. And the last thing that I liked is it surprised me that once you pack it out, it's not as bulky as I thought it was going to be once you put everything in here. So I do really like that. So now let's talk about some of the areas where I think it can improve. So one of the things that I noticed is there's no green colorway. I did go with the khaki, and that's okay, but I like the green. This one isn't bad, but give me some more colors on this one. Not sure how I feel about this big loop right here. Not sure if that's my favorite configuration, but given the size, that may be the way it works. For your Altoid 10 folks, you could put that here or on the other side, but for right now, I'm going to play with this configuration a little more to see exactly how I like using it in its final form, but I wish it was a little bit different, give you a little bit more organization on this back loop. And the other thing, there's no padding between compartments, so I'm just going to open this up. So once you get from here to here, it's double material, but once you get there, there's nothing protecting the things on this side. So if I had some tech on here and was worried about it getting crushed or anything, that would be something I'd have to keep in mind. So there's something I like to be improved as well. And then there's no security on the other pocket. There's no looping or anything like that, but that's easy with some double stick hook and loop paneling right there. I can fix that if I want to, or I can leave it like this, or I can probably finagle some shock cord or something going in there, or sew something in here. I'll think of something if I decide to, but depending on what I put in here, it might be fine as it is. But you know, like you saw when I opened it, these things kind of just fell out because of how they were put in there. You could either get around that by, like I said, having this, or making this come out with some volume. So what you're really doing is putting everything in here to be secure, and then maybe putting like something thin here, or even putting slip pockets on this side and this side to maybe give you that additional storage in the middle. I don't know, something like that. And I guess that's the other thing. Could use a secondary mesh panel here, and maybe something that's a little more stretchy to get in here and help with that. So, and I talked about it in the things I like. Be careful on the double zipper pulls. That may be something that throws you off. So be careful, but it's not a big deal. You can change them out, or like I said, just be sure to offset them and stuff like that. And then given the space, given the size of this guy, I think I would have liked some kind of loop on the spine right here, like a double shot cord right there or something right there, because a short pin, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't go with this pin, is it could fit right there, no problem. I mean, it'll still fit there, and I can just use the sides, especially here, to just hold it in. But a little loop to keep that nice and secure would be really nice. I actually kind of like that. I might switch that for a different pin over the Zebra now that I've been testing this live. But I didn't like this at first, but I did want to mention it. But messing with it now, I do kind of like that. That does seem pretty secure. So let me think about that one some more. Like I said, the final form will be on Instagram, so check my Instagram out on that. And so that, folks, is the Double Decker from Maxpedition. Really solid pouch. If you want the bigger version of that, there is a larger version of this guy out there. Color choices are a little bit limited, but it's pretty solid for what it is. It pokes out pretty good, but I do like it. It's nice and sturdy, and I think it's going to do exactly what I need it to do. Do you guys have this double decker or the other one? Or would you like me to pick that other one up and give a comparison of the two to see what I think in comparison of the small one to the large one? Let me know what you think about that. Like I said, in my things that I changed my mind about, I am really growing to like Maxpedition over the years. And I'm not just saying that because they send this to me. It's just solid stuff that works and fills needs that I'm identifying. So really solid stuff. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. There's some videos on the screen. You can take a look at all of those if you want to. I'm Lamar with MF Research, and I'm out.